Alright, response video to Professor Anton. Try to keep this short, won't bother editing, blah blah blah. Anyway, so he was talking about metaphor, and he was sort of, I don't know, maybe backtracking on this idea of using the term like gift to describe life, but also using it to kind of bend that you can't use imposition either, as metaphorical concepts. That seems pretty bogus. Oh, some loudmouths coming down the path here. Because, you know, metaphors are useful. Hey, how you doing? So anyway, golfers, it's a good idea. I do that. Anyway, yeah, so metaphors are a good idea. Life is like, I don't know, a par 3. Yeah, it's yeah, a short walk, and I don't know. Has a hole in it. Yeah, life has a hole in it. Anyway, you chase the hole. Try to put things in it. Yeah, try to put things in the hole. Yeah, life is like a par 3. Anyway. So where were we? Yeah, metaphors are useful. Come on, let's get real. You do have to sometimes, you know, paint the picture simple, and examples are a good thing. You provide examples. That's sort of like what a metaphor is, an example. So we got a horse here, panicking a little at the water. Man, it's crowded today. See what happens. Yeah. Horse be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Horse. Yeah. Alright, should be back. Had to run ahead, a little bit out of breath, but we'll try to make do. Anyway, back to these metaphors. Nothing wrong with metaphors. So, the first metaphor he gave was this standard, the gift of life junk. And we can analyze that and find out pretty easily that life is too mixed a bag to be called a gift. You don't give people something that might bite their head off. And you certainly don't give people stuff when they're not asking for anything, when they have no need for anything. That's not a gift, certainly. I mean, you do measure what somebody's needs are. We all know people who are almost impossible to shop for because they don't really need anything. They really couldn't care less. So you give them a can of nuts or something, some generic crap. And yeah, there's going to be people like me, for example, who aren't going to find this crap to be much of a gift. They're not going to want it. They're going to want to, you know, they're going to find it a penalty, not an asset, a burden. It's like giving somebody a sick animal as a gift. What do I want that trouble for? And why would I want this trouble? Why would I want this addictive, crazy, nonsensical, chasey thing? I don't want this. So gift just doesn't work. It's like if you had, if every fourth gift was, say, a house. Let's say you're giving away houses, and you were doing it for selfish reasons. That's the first thing to be aware of. Not because people need them, but because you wanted to give them. And 1 out of 4 of the houses came with a mortgage, a leaky roof, and it was built on a toxic waste dump. Well, you know, nobody's going to say thank you for giving them the burden of a liability and death. So that's kind of just bullshit, right? You wouldn't call that gift giving. You'd call that Russian roulette or something without the Russian. You just call it bad news roulette. Imposition roulette. So let's get back to the word imposition. which is a metaphor. It's a fact. It's not even a metaphor. You know, what's the intent of the person doing the creating? You can't separate their act from an act of creation. And any creation has got to be called an imposition, because there's nothing demanding it. There's nothing requesting it. There's no requirement. There's no obligation. It's all built out of their own want and will. They're the one doing all the imposing. They're imposing their will on a new subject, and assuming the new subject is going to be as silly as them and think it's fun to play hopscotch for, 93 years. I mean, tic-tac-toe. Yeah, so bullshit on that. So these are all words that are applicable to describing the motives of people having babies. You're not describing all of life. You're describing the motivation of the people procreating. All right? So when you say gift, we're not describing all of life. When you say imposition, we're not describing all of life. We're describing the act of procreation. And it's not a gift. It most certainly is an imposition. And the imposers should take the minimum responsibility to account for their imposition, to justify it, to defend it, to say this is why I'm doing these experiments. This is why I think I have a right to play God, to do this creating, to do this playing around with the welfare of conscious entities in this very direct, certain manner. You're not doing it to protect your life, to defend what you need to live, to survive, to maintain some kind of minimum comfort. You're doing it, it's an aggressive act, and it demands more because of that aggression. It demands more than just a nature said I can. You gotta do a little better than that. A lot better than that. So that's really the argument. But look, there's nothing wrong with metaphors. I mean, obviously you don't want to get too simple. I mean, life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get or something. I mean, that's even okay-ish. Kind of gumpy. But, these are rather harmless metaphors. And they have more than a kernel of truth in them. The roller coaster analogy, it's been around since roller coasters existed, I think. Life has got that edge to it. It's got that dangerous, in the end, the ups and downs kind of all add up. Damn, these flies. This one is bizarre looking. Got a green-headed biting fly. Probably give me some kind of malaria disease. So anyway, sorry, really sloppy video, but I'm here. I was walking, so I decided to talk, and just didn't go very well. So, but that's the way it is. So the roof is all done. Nice and quiet here now. Yeah, good job. They did a good job. Yes, they did. Anyway, except for that brown spot. What the hell is that? Maybe it's sunlight. Okay, anyway, until next time.